Video transitions. Now it's time to talk about video transitions. These are video transitions, effects that are applied not to a clip, but to clip splices. As with audio, we have default transitions, but there are a lot more of them. We have a default transition to the splice, by right-clicking to it and selecting Apply Default Transition. The video appears out of the dark because we put an effect to the beginning of a video that doesn't border on any video. So, if we transfer the effect to the video splice with a Ctrl+D combination, then one clip will smoothly move to another. That is, when we are using this transition, the second clip will begin at the end of the first clip and the second will contain the details of the previous video. By double-clicking, the transition settings appear on the Effects Control panel. There are particular no settings here. We can change its length, move it to the right, left, etc. It should be noted that the transition may go beyond the clip border. There is a shaded square that appears on the Effect Controls panel and shows how much the transition is beyond the clip. And where we see the shaded square, the first frame repeats. That is, if we stretch the transition from the beginning of the clip to the next splice, we will get a frozen, barely visible frame of the next video. When we have black bars, it will just repeat the first or last frame of this video. There are a lot of video transitions that have their different functions. This is indicated by a large number of folders with transitions for different situations. For example, there are the immersive video transition set for VR, the dissolve set of normal transitions, the 3D motion set, and others. That is, a lot of effects and transitions are in Premiere from the very first versions. They are not removed, because many users use them. Of course, there are editing programs, for example Final Cut X, which contain the most advanced things. And in the Premiere, meanwhile, there are both the newest cool things and their outdated effects and transitions, left over from 19th. For example, is the transition flipping, like cube spin and slip over, that look quite old-fashioned. If we want, it will be possible to download free and commercial transitions. Every company that produces video effects has a set of free video transitions and effects, so we can download and install them. But as beginners, the free transitions will be enough for you. I almost never used these effects, because there are other techniques that I may use to and that I like, and I don't use the transitions for their intended purpose. Let's say there are transitions such as iris, box, with which you can create something high quality. I like dynamic transitions, where there are acceleration and deceleration without linear actions. Such transitions can be used as follows. For example, we take a transition slide. Each transition has its own settings. You can change its direction, width, duration, etc. So, we change the transition border width to 10. In fact, we don't need flipping, we will make a fixation. In the Effect Controls panel, we can see the start and end position of a transition. So, start is 0, end is 100. The 0 position is the border on the left. We drag the slider under the blue square in the middle, enter the value 50 in start and the same value in end. The border color is changed from black to white. As a result, we get a multi-screen that we can crop, move, change the image. In order to create a multi-screen, there is another more complex method, but we can use the simple transition. Let's say we don't like the vertical border, so we can choose a transition like wipe. Then we choose the appearance of the transition from northwest to southeast. We enter the values 50 in start and end. Make the border value 10 and make its color white. Next, we crop the frames to our taste. We have got a diagonal multi-screen. There are many options for transforming transitions, but the principle is like this. We can use transitions to create multi-screens. We can even put a transition on one video that is located on top of another to the end and leave the bottom clip without a transition. We can create a triple multiscreen where the topmost clip has a push effect that squeezes out the picture. Next, we got two top windows of the multiscreen by using the wipe effect. This is an absolutely non-standard using of transitions, and non-standard solutions are always interesting. I don't use standard transitions for many reasons that I have already mentioned. I use default transitions to create multiscreens. And of course, we can also use additional transitions that we can download on third-party resources.